Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here, and in today's video, we're going to be talking through some player props I like on Prizepicks for today's NBA slate on Monday, March the 17th, St. Patrick's Day. So happy St. Patrick's Day to everyone that's going to be celebrating. We've got a 10-game NBA slate today, so a lot of games, going to be a lot of props to choose from, and I do have 3 early plays that I do like for this slate, guys. Taking a first look at the board on Sunday night, recording this video the night before. We've already got props up for 3 games, and I was able to find 3 early plays I liked. So we're going to break down these plays. We're going to talk about why I like them. Now, before we do get started, make sure, as always, if you guys do enjoy these Prizepicks videos, that you hit that like button down below. Hit that subscribe button as well. And if you guys are new to the channel, and if you are new to Prizepicks, be sure to go sign up for Prizepicks and use promo code NOAH when you sign up. When you play your first $5 lineup, Prizepicks is going to give you $50 in promo funds instantly added to your account. That's $50 that you can then use to play lineups, and any money you win off those lineups is credit. You can continue to play with that money, or you can withdraw it. But this is an easy way to build your bankroll up on Prizepicks, getting those $50 in promo funds. And again, you get access to that when you sign up and use code NOAH. So check out Prizepicks if you guys have not yet. And also, I do want to shout out Sleeper, because we do have a partnership with Sleeper as well. And if you guys want to sign up for Sleeper, you can do so using promo code NOAH. And when you play $5, you'll get $55 worth of free lineups. So this is another way to get your bankroll started over on Sleeper. You sign up, make a deposit. You don't have to put in a lot of money. You can just put in $10, $15, $20. You're still going to get $55 worth of free lineups once you play your first $5 lineup. So go check out Sleeper, guys, if you have not yet, and make sure to use that promo code NOAH when you do sign up for Sleeper. But we're going to talk about some plays, guys, that I do like for this Monday slate. Now, recapping our plays from our last video, which was on Saturday. Didn't make a video for Sunday. Typically don't do videos on Sundays. That's usually the one day that I do skip. But we made a video Saturday, gave out 2 plays Saturday. Our 2 pick that we gave out was basically, it was a refund, because we had an over on Zion, and he didn't play Saturday. The other play that we took, though, was Isaiah Hartenstein over 14.5 RA, rebounds plus assists, which did hit. He finished with 15. I know his line did get bumped up to 15, so that was technically a push. If you got it at 15, I was able to get it at 14.5. But I mean, it really didn't matter either way, because Zion didn't play, so that the 2-pick lineup was just refunded. But yeah, guys, we got a new week. It's Monday. Let's see if we can start the new week off on the right note. Got 3 early plays I do like for this Monday slate. Let's go ahead and break them down. So the first prop that I like for Monday is a rebounds prop, and we're going to take a look at Bam Adebayo. We're going to take Bam Adebayo for under or less than 9.5 rebounds. So as you can see, over his last few games, Bam has kind of been struggling on the glass. He's gone under this line in 4 of his last 5 games for what it's worth. Doesn't mean much, but just did want to mention it. But this is a really tough matchup for Bam to be able to rebound well, because the Knicks are a team that this season, they are giving up the fewest rebounds per game to opposing centers. And that's largely due to Karl-Anthony Towns being a stretch, big. He's a guy that can shoot threes. He can stretch the floor. He basically pulls centers away from the basket. And we've already seen these teams play twice this season, and Bam did really struggle on the glass in both of those games. In those 2 games versus the Knicks this season, Bam only had 3 rebounds in 33 minutes, and then he had 7 rebounds in 42 minutes. Even playing 42 minutes, he still went under this rebounds line. And another thing to note is that the Heat did make a change to their starting lineup. So we saw them bench Khalil Ware for, I think it was a game or 2. They brought Khalil Ware off the bench. Last game, they moved Khalil Ware back into the starting lineup, and he played really well. He had a double-double in like 30-something minutes. If the Heat are going to continue to start Khalil Ware at center instead of starting Bam at center, that's going to be even worse for Bam rebounding-wise, because he's going to be playing more as a power forward, not a center. He's not going to be under the basket as much. So I think this is definitely a tough spot for Bam to be able to rack up a bunch of rebounds. Maybe he goes out there and dominates on the glass, but in this matchup, I think this is definitely a spot where we probably will see him continue to struggle on the glass. He's going to be tasked with guarding Karl-Anthony Towns. Even if Khalil Ware starts, even though Khalil Ware is technically the center, they're still going to let Bam guard Cat. So Bam's going to be away from the glass a lot. He's going to be away from the rim, which should definitely hurt his rebounding opportunities. Again, he's under this line in both of his games versus the Knicks this season. Knicks giving up the fewest rebounds per game to centers. Also, sportsbook odds are pretty heavily favoring the under on this prop right now. DK Sportsbook had this at like minus 130 favoring the under. So sportsbook guys like the under here as well. This is a prop that I like quite a bit too. And one more thing that I do want to mention, if the Heat do continue to start Khalil Ware at center, which I'm assuming they will because Khalil Ware played so well last game as a starter, you look at Bam's last like 10 games starting alongside Khalil Ware, he's had 7, 5, 9, 7, 7, 6, 14, 7, 9, and 6 rebounds. So he's under this line in 9 of his last 10 games starting alongside Khalil Ware. The one game he went over was a great matchup against Charlotte, who gives up a ton of rebounds to centers. Obviously, that's not the case today, facing the Knicks team that gives up the fewest rebounds to centers. So there's a lot of boxes you can check in this spot. The reasons why I like this under on Bam Adebayo, 9.5 rebounds. So that'll be our first play for today. Next play I like is going to be a PRA prop. And we're going to take Miles McBride for more than 20.5 PRA. So Miles McBride taking on a much bigger role right now in the absence of Jalen Brunson. Miles McBride has started the last 4 games in place of Jalen Brunson. Now, he's only over this PRA line in 2 of the 4 games that he has started. But if you look at the 2 games he went under in the game against the Clippers, but he shot the ball terribly in that game. 2 for 13 from the field, 2 for 9 from 3. Then he had a really good game against the Kings, 31 PRA. He went under against Portland, but that was another game where he shot the ball really poorly, 4 for 12 from the field, so he shot 33% from the field. And then last game against the Warriors, McBride did play well, played 38 minutes, had 28 PRA, 19, 5, and 4. But if you look at McBride's role as a starter, he's getting really, really big minutes. And this is something that we've seen in the past. Tom Thibodeau has historically played McBride really big minutes in the games that Jalen Brunson has missed. If you look at last season, Jalen Brunson missed 5 games. McBride played 38, 36, 45, 40, and 46 minutes in those 5 games without Brunson. He went over this PRA line in all 5 of those games. McBride's just a guy that Tibbs loves. He plays him a ton. Anytime he can play McBride a bunch of minutes, he's going to. And without Jalen Brunson right now, McBride should be locked into a really big role here. Now, the Knicks do still have Cameron Payne, but Cameron Payne's minutes have kind of been trending down. Like last game, we saw Cameron Payne only play like 10 minutes. He's basically just getting, whenever McBride needs a rest, that's when they'll bring in Cameron Payne for a few minutes. But McBride's going to play a lot. Like he's going to play like 35, 36 minutes here if this game's competitive. He's a guy that can be productive when he does get minutes. You look at the last 4 games without Jalen Brunson. Not only has McBride been able to score, he's had in those games he's had 7, 21, 11, 19 points on 13, 11, 12, and 17 field goal attempts. So he's getting good volume as a scorer. He's also been rebounding and facilitating well too. So if you look at his last 4 games as a starter, 7.3 rebound chances per game, which is tied for 5th most on the team. Even as a point guard, he's still 7.3 rebound chances per game. And then he's been doing a good amount of facilitating too, 8.5 potential assists per game over the last 4 games, 3rd most on the team. So McBride does give you a little bit of rebounding and facilitating upside to go along with the scoring. I think that's why I like him for over PRA instead of points. You can look at his 13.5 points prop, taking the over on that. I don't mind that, but I definitely like the PRA line more because we have seen, again, the rebounding and the assisting upside. Last 4 games as a starter, 2 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 rebound, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. So he's had 8, 10, 6, and 9 RA his last 4 games. You look at the difference between his points prop and his PRA line. I mean, we need him to get like 7 RA, for his PRA to be a better bet than his points. And I think more times than not, he probably gets 7 RA. I don't know if there's an RA line up for him yet. Yeah, that line's at 7.5. So yeah, I think I like PRA a little bit more on McBride here. But both the props, points and PRA, I think look good. Just expecting a big role from McBride, expecting him to play a lot of minutes, something he's historically done when Jalen Brunson's been out. And then the third and final prop that I do like is going to be a first half prop. So we're going to take a look at Jalen Duren, 14 first half PRA. We're going to take the over here, more than 14 first half PRA on Jalen Duren. Now, the reason I like the first half lines on Duren here instead of his full game lines is just because you look at his full game lines. So his points prop for the first half is set at 7. His PRA for the first half is set at 14. You look at his full game lines. For full game, they have his points at 14.5, so more than half. And then they have his PRA set at 29.5, more than half. His lines have been getting bumped up like crazy. Like when I was getting ready to start my video, like I was starting to do my research and find the props I liked. Duran's PR line was at 24.5. His PRA was at 27.5. Like, his lines have just been going up like crazy, and I understand why, because it's a really good spot here for Jalen Duren going up against the Pelicans. The Pelicans have been a great matchup for centers this season. They're giving up, I believe, the most points, I think. No, they're giving up the 5th most points, and they're giving up the most rebounds per game to centers. The Pelicans are also giving up the 2nd most points in the paint. So these are the type of matchups that Jalen Duren typically takes advantage of. Teams that struggle around the rim, gives up a lot of points in the paint, and teams that struggle on the glass, that don't rebound well. Those are the greatest. Those are great matchups for Duren, because Duren, he's a great rebounder, one of the better rebounders in the league. He's really aggressive on the glass, and when he's able to score, it's typically against teams that give up points in the paint, and that's the Pelicans. They give up a ton of points in the paint. Now, I don't know if these teams have played yet this season. I guess I could take a look at that just to see if these teams have played this season. I don't think they have, but I'm going to take a look at it. Okay, they have played. Let's see. Or no, they haven't played yet this season, I don't think. So let me take a look at that. I don't think they've played yet this season. Yeah, last time Duren faced the Pelicans was back in 2023, so that doesn't mean too much. So these teams haven't played yet this season, but this should be a really good matchup for Duren, given the reasons that I just highlighted. And the reason I like his first half is because you look at his first half line, it's set at 14. His full game line is set at 29.5. Really, this line the first half line, if we're saying the first half is equivalent to the full game, this line should probably be like 15, or at least like 14.5. I think we're getting a little bit of value here on 14 first half PRA for Duren compared to his full game 29.5 line. Now, there are definitely scenarios where Duren struggles in the first half and then goes off in the second half. In fact, last time I took a Duren first half over, that exact thing happened. He struggled in the first half against Washington and then went off in the second half and finished with 32 PRA. That's what happened last time I took a Duren first half prop. You could take a look at some of his full game lines, but these lines have been getting bumped up like crazy. If you can get them, at better numbers than what Prizepicks is offering, you could look at that. But I think the first half line here of 14 does look pretty good on Jalen Duren. I mean, Duren's going to play like 15 first half minutes, barring foul trouble. He typically plays like 15 first half minutes. You look at his first half PRA line, he has gone over this in 3 of his last 5 games. Did go under the day I took him against Washington, only had 7, and then did go under last game against OKC, but that was a terrible matchup. Obviously, OKC, one of the best defensive teams, if not the best defensive team in the league. But prior to that, great first half against Washington, great first half against Portland, great first half against Golden State. Duren's been super productive lately, and this is a matchup where he should have a lot of success. Feels like a really good bounce back spot for Jalen Duren, facing just a Pelicans team that really struggles in what Duren excels at: rebounding, putbacks, stuff like that. That's what the Pelicans give up a lot of, and that's where Duren's going to make his money. So that's what we're going to roll with, guys, as our 3 props for Monday for this St. Patrick's Day slate. We're going to take Bam Adebayo for less than 9.5 rebounds. We're going to take Miles McBride for more than 20.5 PRA, and we're going to take Jalen Duren for more than 14 first half PRA. So got 3 plays for today, guys. Let's see if we can go 3-0 here, hit all 3 of these plays. As always, appreciate you guys watching these Prizepicks videos. Make sure that you hit that like button down below. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well. And if you guys don't have an account over on Prizepicks, go sign up for Prizepicks and use promo code NOAH when you sign up. When you sign up with my promo code and place your first $5 lineup, Prizepicks is going to give you $50 in promo funds instantly added to your account when you sign up and use code NOAH. Check them out if you have not yet. But good luck as always. Let's win some money on this slate, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.